I've always been a night owl. There's something about the quiet hours after midnight that feels peaceful, almost sacred. My apartment, a small one-bedroom on the third floor of an aging building, was my sanctuary. It wasn't much. The walls were thin, the plumbing groaned, and the elevator had been out of service for weeks. But it was mine. That's why, when I heard the first knock, I was more annoyed than scared. It was 11:47 p.m. I was curled up on the couch, a blanket draped over my legs and a book in my hands. The knock came suddenly, 3 sharp raps that echoed through the apartment. I froze, my heart skipping a beat. "Who is it?" I called out, my voice trembling slightly. No answer. I waited, listening for footsteps or the sound of the elevator, but there was only silence. Finally, I got up and crept to the door, peering through the peephole. The hallway was empty. "Weird," I muttered, shaking it off. Probably just kids messing around. I went back to my book, but I couldn't concentrate. Every little noise, the hum of the refrigerator, the creak of the floorboards, made me jump. The next night, it happened again. I was in bed this time, half asleep, when the knocks came. 3 loud, deliberate raps that sent a jolt of adrenaline through my body. I sat up, clutching the blanket, and listened. Silence. I checked the clock. 11:47 p.m. Exactly the same time as the night before. "This isn't funny," I shouted, my voice shaking. Still no answer. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight, then crept to the door. My hand hovered over the lock, hesitating. What if someone was out there waiting for me to open the door? I took a deep breath and looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty. The third night I was ready. I sat by the door, my phone in one hand and a baseball bat in the other, waiting. At exactly 11:47 p.m., the knocks came. 3 of them, just like before. I flung the door open, my heart pounding. "Who's there?" The hallway was empty. I stepped out, my flashlight sweeping the area. The elevator was at the far end of the hall, and the stairwell door was closed. No one could have disappeared that quickly. That's when I noticed him. Across the street, standing under a flickering streetlight, was a man. He was tall, wearing a dark coat, and his face was obscured by shadows. He was perfectly still, staring directly at my building. I slammed the door shut and locked it, my hands trembling. I told myself it was just a coincidence. Maybe he was waiting for someone, but deep down I knew better. The knocks continued every night, always at 11:47 p.m. I stopped answering the door. I stopped looking through the peephole. But I couldn't stop myself from glancing out the window. He was always there, standing under that streetlight, staring at my building. Sometimes he'd take a step closer. Other times, he'd just stand there, motionless, for hours. I called the police, but they didn't take me seriously. "Maybe it's just a neighbor," they said, "or someone playing a prank." They promised to patrol the area, but I never saw them. One night, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I bought a security camera and installed it outside my door, pointing it down the hallway. I also started keeping a journal, documenting every detail of the knocks and the stranger's movements. But the more I tried to protect myself, the worse it got. One night, the knocks didn't come. I should have felt relieved, but I didn't. Something felt wrong. I checked the peephole. Nothing. I looked out the window. He wasn't there. For the first time in weeks, the street was empty. I went to bed, but I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing noises, soft footsteps, faint whispers, the creak of a door opening. I told myself it was just my imagination, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Then I heard it, a voice low and rasping, coming from the living room. "Let me in." I froze, my heart pounding. The voice came again, louder this time. "Let me in." I grabbed my phone and dialed 911. But the call wouldn't go through. The screen flickered, then went black. I heard the sound of a key turning in the lock. The door creaked open. I don't remember much after that. Just flashes, darkness, pain, the sound of my own screams. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. The police said they found me in the hallway, unconscious, with no signs of forced entry. They never found the man. I moved out of that apartment the next day. I couldn't stay there. Not after what happened. But sometimes, late at night, I hear it. 3 sharp knocks on my door. And when I look out the window, I see him, standing under a flickering streetlight, staring at me. He's closer now. Thank you for tuning in to Mr. Nightmares Radio. If you enjoyed this spine-chilling story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Your support helps keep the nightmares alive. Let me know in the comments. What's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? I might feature your story in an upcoming video. And remember, if you dare, share this video with a friend if you think they can handle it. Until next time, stay safe.